Hello, my friends. Happy Saturday. You know what that means. It is time for me to talk about the Saturday 6. This is a series that I have on my channel where every week I like to talk about 3 candles and 3 beauty products that I have been using throughout the past week and just give you a little bit of feedback about them. I had to miss last week. I took a brief hiatus just because life got a little bit crazy. Nothing bad, good things, but there was just no time in my filming schedule, but thankfully this week I have gotten back on track and I am excited to talk about these products with you. Before I jump into the video, a quick welcome to any new viewers. My name is Katie. I like to talk about beauty and home fragrance, predominantly candles here on my channel. I do this series, I do in-depth candle reviews, I do beauty and candle hauls, I do empties. So if that type of content sounds like something that you would be interested in, or you just feel like you want to stick around in the midst of this video, please make sure you hit that subscribe button before you exit, and let's go ahead and not waste any more time. I'm going to go ahead and start out with a candle that I have been burning this week. This is the Homeworx, what is this? Blueberry Lavender Cupcake. Now, this candle was available on the Homeworx.shop website, and it was showing up in a lot of those like TJ Maxx, Marshall's home goods store. Stores. Talking is really hard for me sometimes, you guys. I have been reading some comments on the Homeworx group recently talking about how we were able to find a lot of these Homeworx candles in abundance a couple of months ago, but over the last 2 months, it seems like the inventory has slowed down. I have my personal thoughts about that. Maybe I'll share those with you in just a minute. But anyways, this Blueberry Lavender Cupcake, it is not currently available on the Homeworx.shop website. I'm not sure where it is available. If I can find it somewhere online, I will make sure to link it down below, but it might be a scavenger hunt from this point going forward. But I thought that it would still be beneficial to just share with you in case you did pick this one up. The scent notes on this are wild blueberries, lavender sprigs, whipped buttercream frosting, and vanilla cupcake. The pour date of my candle in particular is September 9th, 2022. So what does my nose smell on this one? Well, I do get some of that blueberry, but I will say that lavender is more of a dominant note to my nose in this. But it's not a lavender, like a spa lavender type of scent. This one actually, especially when it is burning, smells more like a floral to me, which would make sense, right? Because lavender is technically a flower, but I think oftentimes we think of lavender and we think of it in aromatherapy terms, especially when we think of relaxation or to sleep. But this is not necessarily really a gourmand scent like you would think that the name, you know, with it having cupcake in there would imply. There is a little bit of sweetness to this. I am planning to do an in-depth review on this one, but just, you know, let me give you kind of like what I think of when I smell this. So when this was back in, was it November, that Harry and his wife Laura did an Instagram live, and they were talking about some of these new releases, and this was one of the candles that they were talking about. And Harry's wife, if any of you guys have ever seen Laura Slatkin, her style is very classic, it reminds me very much in the line of like Jackie O, Audrey Hepburn. She looks like, I hate saying this, but like she kind of looks like that stereotypical, what you think of when you think of a fashionable, classy New York City penthouse woman, you know, like she just, this smell to me reminds me of what I would smell if I walked into her home. And she had actually said that this was her favorite fragrance of the entire lineup. And it's just funny that she said that because I do think of a woman like her when I smell this. My friend Melanie likes to refer to it as like a fancy lady scent, you know, and this is what it reminds me of. It's actually really pleasant. I do like it, even though it is kind of a floral. It's just pretty. It's a very pretty scent to me, and it's one that I have been enjoying as we have had a few days of nice spring weather. But yeah, I really like it. I will get more into a candle review on this one. The strength and throw on this one has been pretty decent. I would say it's around a 7. Been pretty good for me, and the wicks have been performing well. So that's just kind of like a little mini review. I am planning to do an in-depth candle review on this one soon. So if you want further thoughts, make sure that you keep your eyes peeled for that. A beauty product that I have really been enjoying this week is this Hourglass Vanish Airbrush Primer. Now I picked this up about 2 weeks ago, so you probably will see this in an upcoming beauty haul video that I have planned to put up within the next couple of weeks. But I did want to go ahead and give you guys some feedback on it because I cannot put it down. So I am typically not the type of person who uses primer a lot. I have found that a lot of the time it clogs my pores. It just doesn't, I don't find that it really makes my foundation look any different. This is different, you guys. This, I wanted something that would kind of just smooth out the pores in here. I am finding that as I get older, I just want something that maybe just gives me a smoother canvas. Not that I don't really have a lot of deep set wrinkles or anything like that, but I was just finding that especially this area around here, my foundation just wasn't looking as smooth as I would like it. And it was across different foundations. So it wasn't just like one formula in particular. I was just looking for something that would give a smooth canvas. Now I had heard a couple of other mature women say that this was a good product. Tammy's Ageless Beauty had recently talked about this. Melanie, I think you like this product too. I feel like she reviewed it last year when it was first released and she really liked it. Melanie's just like, we're like within 5 years of each other. So we're like at that age where we're not technically, we're technically considered mature beauty, but we're still like late 30s, early 40s. We don't have 20-year-old skin anymore, but we don't quite yet have 50 or 60-year-old skin, which there's nothing wrong with that, by the way, I just want to say, but just giving you a point of reference here. Anyways, I wanted something that would just give a smoother canvas to my foundation, and I have found the product that works for me. Now, yes, Hourglass is a pricey product. I get that, totally understand. But one of the things I like about this is that there is no fragrance. There's nothing, again, that is breaking my skin out. It is kind of that, a little bit of that silicone texture, but it's not as thick feeling to me as, say, like, what's the one from Smashbox, like the Smashbox one that kind of like laid the groundwork for a primer. I have really been liking it. Now, the way that I apply it is that I typically put it on after sunscreen. So I let my sunscreen usually soak in for at least 20 minutes. I go about doing other activities around my house in that time, or I'm doing my hair. And then I will apply this, and I typically let it sit for about 5 minutes before I go in with my foundation. It's been working beautifully for me. Really excited that I have it in my collection. All right, let's go ahead and talk about another candle here. This one is from Yankee Candle. Now, this is one that I hauled probably way back around Black Friday, I think, and I knew that it would be a spring scent for me. This is Tangerine Vanilla. Now, this is in their signature jar collection. I don't purchase the paraffin wax just because I'm not really a fan of paraffin wax. It burns a little too slowly and it kind of burns dirty for me in my home. So I'm not typically a fan of that. But a couple of my friends have said you need to give the signature collection a try. And so here I am trying it out. The fragrance notes on this Tangerine Vanilla are top notes of sparkly tangerine and mandarin bellini. The mid notes are orchard nectarine and rose, and the base notes are creamy vanilla and sugar. Now, it's funny because I didn't look at the scent notes of this prior to burning, and I'm actually feeling a little bit relieved at looking at these scent notes because honestly, you guys, when this one is burning, if I can get the lid off here, I smell a tiny bit of that citrus note in here, but I do smell a little bit more of that nectarine and bellini note. This does, it's so funny because if you guys have caught any of my previous videos with my husband, especially I'm thinking of last spring, we did a haul together and he made it very well known. He does not like peach scents. So it was funny because when I lit this candle up for the first time, I was like, oh no, this smells a little bit peachy. I was like, oh no, Cody's not gonna like this one. He hasn't mentioned anything about it. I have burned it in our bedroom and he hasn't come in saying he hates it. But this one, it smells like a creamy, this is not a, I wouldn't say that this is a peach, outright peach scent. But there is some note of bellini in here. There's also the creaminess of vanilla. I actually really like this scent. Just like I said that blueberry, what is that? Blueberry lavender cupcake scent is a very pretty scent. This one is also very pretty to me. It doesn't smell as sophisticated as that other scent that I just talked about, but It's pretty. It mixes really well with some other fragrances. I'm not talking about this candle this week, but I will probably talk about it soon enough. This one I have been burning alongside the Homeworx Sparkling Citrus. I feel like they complement each other very well. This one almost comes off like a peach grapefruit type of scent to my nose. There is citrus in here, but the citrus is not dominant to me. It's more of like a Bellini, nectarine type of note in here. I've really been enjoying it. So far, the burn has been pretty good. I'm not developing any soot on it. You can see I'm about maybe a quarter of the way down on this burn right now. No sitting issues. The strength and throw of this one, this is, I've been burning it predominantly in my bedroom, but in my bedroom, which is a closed concept, it's performing pretty well. Strength and throw right now, I would say the strength is about a 5. The throw is about a good 6.5, 7. It fills up the entire room and into my bathroom pretty well, but I'm not smelling it like coming around the corner into the living room here. So I have been enjoying it. It's good fragrance, but I don't know if I'll repurchase it at this point just because it's one that I'm actually just burning when my husband's not home, knowing that he does not have a preference for peachy scents. All right, another product that's kind of in the beauty realm here. It's kind of, I don't know, I don't want to say it's boring, but some of you may find this really beneficial, especially because we are still experiencing some dry skin with all of the cold winter air. In fact, as I am filming this, I always pre-film a couple of days early. We are experiencing very windy, cold for us. I mean, like there's a chance I might get snow at my house tonight. Weather. And I know that it's not just here in Arizona, it's still sweeping across. We are in late February, right? So a product that I was recommended a few years ago is this Vanicream Moisturizing Cream. Why did I pick this up recently? All right, let me give you the backstory. So my daughter, my youngest daughter, had a little bit of a milk allergy when she was about 2, like quite a bit younger. In fact, she's turning 9 tomorrow. Her birthday is here soon. So at that time, she loved drinking milk. You know, toddlers, we give them milk. And every time she would drink a lot of it, she would break out in this little rash around her face. And we finally made the correlation that, yes, she had an allergy to just too much dairy. She's fine with it now, but at that time, her body just couldn't handle it. And I had taken her to her allergy doctor, and I told him, I said, you know, I'm putting the Aquaphor, I'm doing all the things to try to heal this rash, and it's just not going away. And he said, try this Vanicream. He said, you know, a lot of people, they try to put on Aquaphor or lanolin or all of those things, but he said, honestly, a lot of people are actually allergic to those ingredients. They just don't know it. And so he said, try this product. You can pick it up at Walmart, Amazon, or whatever. Well, sure enough, I picked it up upon his recommendation. In fact, I think he had some samples, and then I also went in store and bought it. You guys, it cleared up my daughter's rash, and that was 7 years ago, you know, when she had tried it. Well, recently, I have been getting this weird rash on my neck, and it almost seems like contact dermatitis. I thought, was it a new skincare product that I used? Not new skincare, there wasn't anything that I could trace it to. I thought maybe it could be a food allergy, but I'm not really eating any new foods that I've not eaten before. And it was driving me insane. Finally, it dawned on me the other day that we have been going over to one of our friends' house has a fire pit. And when we hang out with them, a lot of the time, especially in the winter, we've all been hanging around the campfire. Well, typically when I'm sitting around the campfire, I'm wearing my jacket. Again, it's Arizona, so we need a jacket, but we don't need like full blown, you know, it's still nice enough to be outside around a fire at night. But I'm cold, so I'm sitting close to this fire, and I'm typically talking this way. And I think the reflection of the jacket is creating enough heat that when I was coming home, I was itching on my neck a lot, and it was just dry. And I've just realized there's something about sitting around that campfire that it's irritating my neck. So again, I was trying to put on my Kiehl's. I was trying to put on any kind of moisturizing cream, and it was just making it worse. What did I go back to? The Vanicream. I thought, light bulb went off on my head, and I said, I'm going to try getting this. Sure enough, I've been applying it on my neck every day, and the rash is going away. Now, it's still there a little bit right now, but this is a great product. If you have very sensitive skin that is very dry, that maybe you have a rash that's not going away and it's not responding, would highly recommend picking this up. I also like that it comes in this pump, but then, you know, you can remove the lid. So then when you get to that final little remnant, it's a lot easier to get out, but highly recommend that product. All right, I am going to talk about another beauty product, and then I'll talk about my final candle because there's a reason why I'm saving up for last. Okay, the other beauty product that I have been using a lot this week, so whoa, the sun just came out, so my lighting may have changed. Sorry. Another beauty product that I have been reaching back into a lot this week is the Natasha Denona Retro Palette. Now, this is not the new, what is it called, like Retro Glam or whatever, the green one. This is the more like mauve toned palette. I'm gonna try to hold it up here so that it doesn't blind all of you guys here. Is that good? Yeah, you can see it there. I'll also try to insert some B-roll here of it up close. But I love this palette, particularly as we are heading into spring. Now, this is a very rosy, pink, mauve color story here. We've got some warm shades in here. We've got some cool shades, but I just love the Natasha Denona formula. I do know that it is a pricey brand. It is now available at Ulta, which makes me super excited because Ulta's reward points are still just light years ahead of Sephora's. Previous to this, I could only purchase it through the Natasha Denona website. I think Beautylish or Sephora, that's typically when I would purchase these, was during the like VIB sale. But this palette is beautiful for this time of year, especially because I have been wanting some of more of those pinky mauve type of colors stories for this year. I've been doing quite a few eyeshadow looks with it, and I always get compliments on it. I do think that, you know, a lot of people think, oh, the formula is a little bit, I think some people think that it's overrated for what it is. I personally just love the Natasha Denona formula. I do find that the mattes are very pigmented, a lot like Pat McGrath, where you know, if you are maybe more of a novice when it comes to applying eyeshadow, you might find this palette intimidating. But yeah, I just love it. I love the shimmers. I love everything about it, and I've really been reaching into it a lot. This shade, Psychedelic and Glitz, these like kind of these shimmery like topper shades, like these two right here. Oh, they're just beautiful. And I love, you know, sometimes, is there another palette that I've been thinking of with Natasha Denona? They don't have a shade that's deep enough to do like an outer corner, which I personally always like to have a deep outer corner or crease. I just find that the shade selection in here there's enough variety where you're not going to get the same look over and over again. So, and it also has those deeper shades. So yes, been reaching into that one a lot this week. All right, let's go ahead and talk about the final candle that I'm burning this week. And you're gonna laugh about this because the title name does not really go with this time of year. So this is Bavarian Christmas from Kringle Candle. This is in their 3-wick 100% soy formula. I do love the packaging on this one because I feel like this still works for this time of year. I do actually have a lot of blue in my home decor, so this has still been working out well for me. But the reason why I have been burning this one is, like I said, we have still been getting some like cooler storm systems coming through. And honestly, when the weather is cloudy and cold, I reach for scents that give me a little bit more warmth. I'm not going to be going for florals and whatnot. That's just my own personal preference. So the fragrance notes on Bavarian Christmas are, the top notes are fresh frost, apple, and lemon. The mid notes are snowdrop, champagne, and sugared pomegranate, and the base notes are cedarwood, cashmere, and iris. So there's a lot of floral scents in here, which is kind of what surprised me when they marketed this as a Christmas scent. Now, I remember when I did my Kringle candle haul, and I actually still stick with this. There was something about all of these notes together that reminds me kind of a little bit of leather. Not in like a leather couch or anything like that, but like if you've ever walked into like a feed and tack type of store. Again, the community that I live in Arizona, we are a small town, very Western. We've got a lot of horse type of people in our community. And this reminds me of a local store that you can go into, and it's like a clothing store, but then they also have tack and feed downstairs. And something about this reminds me of that. This scent, when I am burning it, I understand why they call it Bavarian Christmas. Now, full disclosure, I have never been to Europe. Would love to go there one day. I have a friend that lives over there, a childhood friend. She's living in Ireland right now, and she travels quite a bit. And over Christmas time, she was in Switzerland. I want to say, oh, where was she in Switzerland? Her brother is he does a lot of skiing competitively, and so she was there to see her brother's race. So it was probably somewhere like up in the Alps. And she had walked through a Christmas market and she posted it to her Instagram. And it's so funny because when I smell this candle, that is actually what I think of. I think of being in a place where there's maybe some home like leather goods, but you do have some of that apple, pomegranate, but it's not necessarily something that screams Christmas to me, but it does make me think of like winter in like a village market type of setting. I actually really enjoy this scent. Is it one that I think I'm going to be clamoring to buy again? If you give me my choice of a couple of other scents from Kringle, it's not one that I see myself like wanting over and over again, but it is an enjoyable fragrance. I do like it. So I have been burning it on some of these like cooler, cloudier days because it just makes me think of being up in a fresh village market in the Alps or something like that. I have been really liking it. Now the Strength and Throw, this is that 3-wick 100% soy formula, has been pretty good for me. This has been around a 7 for me, both in terms of strength and throw. So really nice candle, and I will continue finishing burning it probably this week because again, like I said, we've got some stormy weather coming through. All right, my exciting news that I wanted to share with you guys, if you saw it in the title here, is this. I was approved over this last week to be a Kringle Candle ambassador, which is very exciting for me because it was a goal that I had set out for this calendar year, was to at least be able to, I don't want to say like be recognized by a brand, but like just to be able to have a partnership with one brand at least. And you guys know me, like I'm not just going to go affiliating myself with any brand. In fact, I've actually received a couple of PR requests from some brands that I'm like, I'm not familiar with your product, and I'm not really willing to like sign up for that right now. But this is a brand, you guys know that I love Kringle candles, and I love that they are an American-made company, that their candles are made here, that they're just, I really, really love everything about the brand so far, and I like the direction that they're going. I've made it no secret that they are the candle company that I am most excited about in 2023. So I was thrilled when I was accepted into their ambassador program. So I'm very excited to let you guys know that I do now have an affiliate code with them that does save you 15%. Full disclosure, I do make a small commission off of that. So if you choose to use that link or that discount code, I just want to say thank you so much. And honestly, even if you choose not to use that code, which I completely understand, I just want to say thank you very much because we do have to reach certain milestones, I think, to even be considered for part of that program. And one of those is like the subscriber count or views. And so every time that you view my video or just being subscribed to my channel, that does help me in achieving those goals. So I just want to say thank you very much for all of your help in helping me achieve that goal. But yes, anything that I make off of that, quite honestly, will just be turned right back around into my channel so that way I can continue to bring reviews to you. But that is my exciting news for the week, and I just want to say thank you guys so much for having a part in that. All right. Let me know, have you guys tried out any of these products? What has been your experience with them? You know, I always encourage you to sound off in the comments down below because we are a community here, and the way that we grow and know, you know, the best way to spend our money going forward is hearing a variety of opinions. Don't just listen to me, you guys. I mean, like, my opinion is just that. Other people may have different experiences, and some of the best feedback sometimes that you will get is in that comment section down below. If you found this video helpful today, or you just enjoyed it, please don't forget to hit that thumbs up button. A quick reminder that if you want to stick around for some of my other content, make sure that you are subscribed and hit that notification bell. I want to say thank you so much for spending your time here with me today, and until my next video, you guys all know the drill. I truly hope that you go out and have a very blessed day. Bye.